Hello, crafty friends, and welcome back. Playing again with Series 20, Chrissy's Beautiful Life 30 Days of Sketches. Here is today's sketch by Shannon Keith with Creating Chaos in Tennessee. And I am going mixed media crazy. I have this 12 by 12 dot stencil from Scrapping Reflections, that she is an online store, and this is primarily what she focuses on is 12 by 12 stencils. And so I do like the 12 by 12 when I'm doing a project like this, because then I didn't have to worry about seaming, my 6 by 6 sized stencils together and getting the texture paste and squishing things where I had to overlap, etc. So this was kind of nice, and this was actually a great way to get a lot of my texture paste used up, because it started to get dried up. So I was kind of struggling in a few places, and so I was actually glad to get some of the product used up. Now, granted, I've probably had that jar of texture paste for a couple years now, so I would say that's pretty good product if it'll stay, pliable enough to not dry up and still usable after that long. So I do cover the entire 12 by 12 piece of paper, and I am using, I believe that I did use Vicky Bouton's foundations paper that is good for mixed media, because I am also going to use some of those Lindy's Magicals that you can see off on the right hand side, and add some pigment colors to my entire thing. Okay, now this looks like a hot mess. So I'm showing you the colors here, and honestly, I can't remember specifically. Oh, and then I did use some sprays as well to kind of brighten some of the areas. So I set that off to the side. Of course, I'm still at my crop when I was working on this. So I did set it aside to dry, ate dinner. I think I actually created another layout and then came back to this. And I'm actually using this for a pocket page. And so the first thing that helps kind of tone down the craziness is the fact that I cut it apart. And so here I'm putting, it's like a puzzle, trying to figure out, I'm like, nope, that's still not right. And, oh, I'm getting closer, getting closer. Hey, oh, is it? Yeah, I think it was. Anyway, so now you can see I've got my pictures picked out. The reason I went with all these bright colors and the dots is because last year for Christmas, Cody got a ball pit. And so we had all these colorful balls in this ball pit in our living room for, quite a while. And so I just thought it was a great way to kind of support the topic that I was documenting for most of this page. And really, I went simple with my embellishments. I had a couple dies with the Polaroids. So that, oh, cheers, that I was having a beverage at the crop. So, like I said, I went pretty super easy, that I just used white cardstock. I was inspired to use the Polaroids and stars, which is from the sketch. So it doesn't look exactly like the sketch, but that is where my inspiration came from for this particular layout and what kind of embellishments to use. So let's see. So here I'm just kind of putting everything together that you did see me pull out a set of alphabets, and really I just spelled out ball pit, because that's what it was. So nothing, these are just some everyday photos of things going on at home, and just them, Hope and Cody looking cute, playing together and having a ball. So these were some little frames that my table mate shared with me, that she apparently had cut a bunch of them out of white cardstock for either a card kit or something that she was creating and had some leftovers. And so I did use 3 of those. So thank you, Lori, for sharing those with me. Then really almost everything else was either white die cuts and a few little colorful extras that I pulled from Hip Kit Club. So just getting the stars, and of course, since it is on top of dimensional mixed media as well as the dried mixed media that I, started out wet, I used liquid glue to make sure everything sticks really good with inside this pocket page. Let's see. So here I am kind of digging around that I was trying to find something maybe to add a little bit more journaling or just something to cover up that little flag there. So the bottom 2 pictures, those are actually, Cody was getting a little rowdy in the living room with his car, and he kept tipping it over. And so yeah, that was just him with a whoops, and I can't remember what I have a little word thing that so this happened, I think, is what I'm gonna put down here on this little circle area here. One of the puppy stickers that I have on my mat, just in the lower right-hand corner right now, but it will get added on here eventually, so... still working on each card here. So this was a Polaroid die cut that I had. It's a little bit wider than the one that Lori had. So that's the free one that I got from my table mate. Add that on layered and just put my picture on top. And then I am going to add this other little chipboard on top. So again, keeping my embellishments pretty simple here, but it does add to the story that I'm trying to tell. And I obviously, again, I am being very generous with my adhesive, and there you can see that piece, that chipboard border there, it actually was having some difficulty sticking, so I put that on the punch over the top just to give some additional weight while I continue to work on the rest of the layout. And this actually happened to be the last layout that I was working on for the night. So before I went to bed, I just took punches and put it on each of the cards so it could dry overnight. So here are the close-up shots. If you have any questions for me, please feel free to leave those down below. And let's see, I'll have links for the playlist of everybody playing along, as well as links to my social media if you want to check out my Instagram or Pinterest accounts. So thank you for stopping by, and we will see you next time. Bye.